You own a business. That makes you, well, a boss, right? But do you know the language of leadership? Dr. Canute Thompson has written many books on the topic. He's also co-founder and chief consultant of the Caribbean Leadership Reimagination Initiative, CLRI. He's here to tell us how you can use your words, actions, and behavior to lead effectively. I'm Kalila Reynolds, and it's time for another episode of Money Moves, JA, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service, giving you the tools to grow your business. And make sure you watch this video to the end because we have a giveaway. So welcome to the program, Dr. Thompson, the famous Dr. Canute Thompson. Some might say the infamous.
Some might say the infamous, indeed.
Book author, lecturer, so many hats you wear. Today we're talking specifically about leadership and the language of leadership. So tell me about that. What is the language of leadership?
I think the most important element of leadership is results. Leadership that produces results is fulfilling the purpose for which a leader is created. And so the question then becomes, how does a leader produce results? Leaders by nature are leading something, and key to that is leading people. And so producing results through people is what leaders do. And how do leaders do that? In my theory of leadership, there are three fundamental elements of effective leadership, or effectively producing results through people. The first is modeling the behaviors you expect from those you lead.
Okay, so not this type of modeling.
Not that type of modeling, no. no. But by your approach to your work, your self-discipline, your timeliness in producing your deliverables, your attitude to others, your use of the organization's resources, you demonstrate in your own conduct, in your own lifestyle, in your own responsibilities, the same standards you expect from those you lead.
So you set the example.
You set the example. So when a young entrant, when a young person enters an organization, they should pretty quickly see what the organization expects of them, or expects of him or her, not so much by reading some manual, but by observing how others behave. So the language of leadership is a kind of silent articulation of purpose and value.
So that language isn't even in words.
It's not even in words, it is in behaviors.
Right.
All right.
I remember we had Dennis Chung on this program a few weeks ago. He's the CEO of Supreme Ventures Services.
Yes.
And he was telling us about how in this time of COVID, a lot of people are working from home, but he makes sure to go to the office every day just to set that example for his team.
Yes,
that
yes.
Things are normal. We can continue. We must work. We continue to work. So that's the type of thing you're talking about.
Absolutely. Setting an example. The second language, the second element, and I suppose it's perhaps instructive that we might construe of language as behaviors and interpersonal exchanges. In my own theory, the second language, the second element is respect, which is a sometimes overlooked element, but
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that beautiful song.
Yes.
One of the most profound ways in which respect manifests itself is in the leader's willingness to listen to the other perspectives, to engage other ideas, and to place value on what other people say. So I invite listeners to ponder, for example, what would it be like in an organization where whatever they think doesn't matter. And no matter how compelling and well-informed their proposals might be, they're thrown aside. And compare that with what it feels like when a leader says, I like that idea. All right? You can only get to what people value and benefit from the skills they bring when we begin to give them space, which begins with listening. And listening is a first step towards showing respect.
You know, I like where you've taken this angle of respect, because many times when you think about leadership and respect, you think, I'm the leader, I deserve respect.
Absolutely.
I demand respect.
Yes.
But it's about giving respect to
Without a
those
doubt, without a
with whom you
doubt,
work.
without
And
a
that comes
doubt.
first, and then the respect will be earned.
Precisely. I
remember when the first time I was given a leadership job, I was promoted at my job. I was very young. I was about 22 years old. And I was in charge of people a lot older than me. And it took some time to earn their respect.
Indeed. And respect, you use the word earn. Respect isn't something to which we're entitled.
Right.
We literally earn it. But as you've said, it is reciprocal. It's a two-way street. The leader who makes a lot of noise or makes a lot of claim about the need to be respected should probably consider that perhaps the reason he or she has to be hammering home the need to be respected is because he or she is not showing respect. Because it takes a very tough person, a very difficult mind not to show respect in return to being respected.
Yes.
Yeah.
You give what you
give what you get. You give what you get.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I think that's such a powerful lesson for so many people who aspire to leadership to learn. It's not about demanding respect, but you can earn it. And it's not just through the things that you do, but the attention that you give to others.
Yes.
People like that interaction.
Without a doubt.
People like to feel valued.
Yes.
So what's the third?
The third is what I call motivation. And motivation I describe as enabling team members to get a better glimpse of the larger purpose. So, you hear stories about people in the organization, they don't know what's happening in the organization. They feel so demotivated and dejected because they don't know where the organization is going. They don't know they don't know where they stand. They don't know what is their role. Even in relationships, persons who are in love with each other, if one is moving ahead and not sharing with the other his or her sense of direction and purpose, the other person begins to feel that they don't have a place in this relationship, which is why relationships between two people are predicated upon an expectation that they have common goals. Similarly, in an organization, for members of the organization to feel a part of the organization, they have to believe that they have a role to play in the attainment of the organization's goals. So motivation is founded upon creating the space for allowing members of the organization to understand the purpose and direction of the organization and their role in it.
That is so true. I feel like I can listen to you all day, Dr. Thompson. Yes. Remind me of the names of your books.
The first book
How many of them do you have?
There are about 6 now.
Oh.
Yes. So Fundamentals of Transformational Leadership is the first. This was followed in 2013. The first one is 2013. Leadership Reimagination. Then the third one was entitled Locating the Epicenter of Effective Educational Leadership.
Are they all still in print? They're all still available?
Those first 3 are no longer in print.
Oh.
The fourth one now is entitled Reimagining Educational Leadership in the Caribbean. And I want to suggest that although the title is about educational leadership, it is not limited to leadership within educational institutions. Yes?
Okay.
And the latest one is entitled Education. I've shifted somewhat. I've gone into the area of policy, education and development. Policy imperatives for Jamaica and the Caribbean.
I will definitely include the links in the description so our viewers can look those up
Sure,
if they want
sure.
to. Thank you for this treasure of information. But before you go, you need to give our viewers a question for our giveaway.
In the language of leadership, there are three key words, starting with an M, an R, and an M. What does the first M mean? What does the R mean? And what does the third M mean?
Easy question. If you were paying attention, you can answer that question over on Exim Bank's Instagram page at Exim Bank JA, and you can win a lovely prize courtesy Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service. Now here's a recap of Dr. Thompson's main points.
The language of leadership is a silent articulation of purpose and value. 3 fundamentals of effective leadership are modeling, respect, and motivation. It's important for members of an organization to feel like they're a part of its purpose.
Smart leaders have realized that results don't simply follow by just telling other people what to do. Instead, it takes an entrepreneurial leader who understands how to translate opportunity, lead from their strengths, and use the language of leadership to influence. That's it for this episode of Money Moves JA, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service, giving you the tools to grow your business. Visit their website, eximbankja.com. I'm Kalila Reynolds. Until next time.